I'm Mary Maker. Choosing a color and drawing a string of lights around the tree looks simple, but the logic almost broke me. So today, I'm breaking down how I created the UI toggle, the hand tracking mesh, and also how I got the light prefabs to spawn exactly where they should be. In Lens Studio, I created an Uber PBR material with an emissive property to fake the look of illumination or glowing. Creating materials is still a huge weak spot for me, and I genuinely had no clue what I was doing here. However, I did learn that by adding a white texture to the emissive property, it would enable me to make the base color of the material more apparent, I guess. In any case, I think that the materials turned out alright. I learned that if you adjust the intensity too high, then the material would look white. So I adjusted the intensity value a few times to find the sweet spot. And so here on the right, you can see the light bulb change to the different materials that I created. By the way, those buttons are from the Spectacles UI kit. I got the bulb material to change in the color picker by using a getter method to access the chosen material, and then I created a trigger down callback that executes the corresponding function for the color. For example, if you choose the red material, then the change bulb color to red function gets called. The lights are strung with this pinching motion made by your right hand. This was the part that was more complex than I hoped to set up. I first checked whether the right hand is pinching. Initially, I didn't limit to just the right hand. As a result, lights were being unintentionally strung by my left hand whenever it looked to be in a pinching motion. In any case, I checked for the pinch strength of the fingers. Essentially, your fingers are considered pinching if the pinch strength is greater than the pinch threshold that I specified earlier in the code. Assuming that the right hand is pinching, the lights are strung along the path in which your right hand is moving. By the way, pinching is determined by the thumb tip and index finger. As for the drawing itself, I got the position of the hand to determine where the line mesh for the string of lights should be drawn. I added an offset to place the line mesh just above the light bulb. The line mesh was initially going through the middle of the bulbs, which looked pretty weird, but now the line appears in the middle of the top part of the bulb. The line, or I guess the lights wire, is created as you guide your hand in the pinching motion. I chose a green material similar to that of the Christmas tree so that it blend, just like real Christmas lights. The process continues until you're no longer pinching. And so here's the result. Also, you may have noticed that the light bulbs spawn every so often when stringing the lights. I instantiated the light bulbs at a specified distance and made sure that the light bulb's prefab material was the same material that would have been selected from the color picker. Pinching is a super common thing to do when wearing spectacles, so I made sure to keep the light stringing functionality disabled until the string light toggle was enabled. The toggle button is controlled with a boolean that determines whether light stringing is active. If it's active, then the lights can be strung. I'm so proud that I figured this out. I just think it looks so cool. That wraps up this look into how Mary Maker came to life. Thanks for building with me.